Welcome to the New School of Marketing podcast, the place for smart, simple strategies that will amplify your business results. Sharing practical tips, insider knowledge, and actionable advice because marketing is something that every business owner can do. Now, let's get started. Introducing your host, Bianca McKenzie, mum, lover of snow sports, camping, horse riding, and in-demand launch strategist and Facebook advertising knowledge bank.
Hey, and welcome to the New School of Marketing podcast. I'm so excited that you're here and tuning in. And oh my God, it's episode 99. Not long before the big one. Cool. It is my mission to make marketing easy and fun because it's something everyone can do. It should be fun. And I have to hear that message still as well. And I have to admit, there have been a few times where I've fallen out of love with marketing. And yes, it happens to all of us, even to me, who's had a long time obsession with marketing. Oh, not really obsession, but I think I was about 18 when I first figured out that I really wanted to do marketing. So really, it happens to all of us. But I've realized that I've been comparing myself too much because of all the things I see on social media. And again, that probably happens to all of us as well. So I took a step back, had a really good journaling session, and it became clear to me what parts of marketing I love and which parts I don't like so much. You see, I'm not good with being told what to do or that I should do X, Y, Z. I'm not really good with that. And I want things to feel fun and organic, and I do them when I want to do them, not because I should. And don't get me wrong, there still needs to be some consistency because showing up once every quarter doesn't really work well, but it needs to feel fun to me. And that is exactly why I created the No BS Club, because marketing and business should be fun and it can be lighthearted as well as deep. And it can be complicated as well as simple. So during my big journaling session, I also wrote down that repetition is essential for sales. And it is a reminder to myself as well as a message for you. So here we are with this podcast episode. So let's go a little deeper into this. You have to tell people what you're selling, but you also have to tell people that you're selling. And I think as a business owner with one product or service, we probably get a little bit over marketing ourselves because we're just repeating the same message. To us, it's getting old and we feel like we're saying the same thing over and over to the same people. And some of that is true, but we're also reaching new people who haven't heard our message yet. Plus, secret here, people need to hear the same message over and over. And trust me, I am very well versed in that with a 4-year-old who doesn't always switch her ears on. So when I say this, I don't mean that we have to say the exact same thing over and over. No, we can say the same thing in a lot of different ways. So let's go into messaging even deeper, because saying the same thing over and over doesn't mean that you should just keep saying, buy my thing over and over. Well, you do, but there's more to messaging. So let's talk about your marketing message. And your marketing message are the words you use to communicate with your audience to convince them to do business with you. And it goes further than saying, buy my thing. Your marketing message is the one thing that makes someone decide to buy from you or to go somewhere else. And it's important to spend some time crafting your message and include your audience's pain point or their desire and how you have the solution for them. And your message, if done well, will help you build trust with your audience. And we all know this, people prefer buying from brands that they trust. Your marketing message is more than telling your audience what you're selling. A marketing message that builds trust focuses on the why behind your brand, and it also talks about your mission, your vision, and your values. And whenever I mention this, people kind of go, oh my God, I have to do the whole mission statement and vision statement. Go back to you because yes, they are good exercises, but they always feel a little bit corporate-y. And it really comes down to, who are you? Why are you in business? Why are you so passionate about it? And what are you so passionate about? So like if you are in fashion and you are making slow fashion, not fast fashion, then you probably have passion for the environment. You have a passion for looking after your garments, for looking after the environment, for quality. And these are all part of your mission, your vision, and your values. So it doesn't have to be as hard as, mission statement and vision statement and all of that. It is important for your buyers to know who they're buying from and to see and experience your authenticity. So just talk like you would talk to a friend about your business and the passion you have for it. So to craft a powerful, aligned marketing message, here's what you need. Number one is you need to know your target audience. And sometimes I feel like I repeat myself all the time, which ties in well with the title of this episode. You need to repeat yourself. You need to know your target audience. I keep saying this and repeating this all the time. You need to know who they are as a person so that you can speak to them directly and in words that resonate with them in a way that they feel like you've been eavesdropping on them. All right, number 2, understand their pain points or desires. So you need to understand what it is that they're struggling with or what they desire. So I'm not always a fan of saying pain points because some products and services speak to desires rather than pain. But you do need to know what this is and to be able to articulate this in their words, so in the words of your customer. Number 3, define value propositions. So you need to be able to explain your product or service's unique value. What is it that makes it uniquely for them, and how does it help them in a way that nothing else does? And yes, you might be offering the same thing as someone else, but what makes it different? And most of the time that is you, your values, your beliefs, and the reason you do things. So don't only say what it does and how, but also back it up with proof. And nothing is stronger than social proof or a way to show your audience that it will solve their problem or satisfy their desires. Number 4 is be clear and concise. Marketing messages need to be clear and concise. No fancy language, jargon, industry talk, blah, blah, blah. They need to be clear, just conversational type language. They need to pack a punch and not be some long drawn out statement. It doesn't need to be hard. It really needs to just be bang. So don't beat around the bush. Tell them how your offer is the solution. And ideally in less words rather than more words. And number 5, use their language. And I've mentioned this a few times, but use the words they use. Don't use industry jargon or fancy words. Keep it simple. If they describe it in a certain way, use that description rather than your industry's description. So that is the 5 steps or the 5 things you need to craft a powerful aligned marketing message. Really quick recap. Know your target audience, understand their pain points or desires, define the value proposition, be clear and concise, and use their language. Your marketing message is something that you can keep repeating. Once you've crafted your message that includes your why, your how, your values, your mission, your vision, etc., you can tell your audience this in many ways. Your actual marketing message that packs a punch should be front and center. And then you can start telling stories that align with your message. And they could be customer stories, success stories, or some background stories, or they could be your own stories. And if they are customer stories, you can use user-generated content, which means that you get your customers to write or say something about your brand. And this is really powerful. So you can use testimonials and reviews in your messaging to increase trust. Your messaging should make an appearance in at least 80% of the words of videos you put out there, so all of your content. And you should almost be feeling like you're repeating yourself too often. Like if you're getting sick of it, you're doing a right job, a good job. So remember that there are people who don't know you, who haven't heard of your message before. And for those who have, they probably need to hear it again and again. It's like my 4-year-old. I need to keep repeating myself. We are distracted. And sometimes we're not quite ready to buy right now, but it doesn't mean that we're not ready to buy ever. So keep repeating your message. And in my opinion, you need to attract or repel. If someone doesn't want to hear your message, they can leave and go and do something else so that someone who does want to hear your message can take their place. So keep repeating yourself because it's essential for sales. And the more you repeat yourself, the more people will start tuning in or out, which is okay too, to your message and hear it. And remember that you have to tell people what you are selling, but you also have to tell them that you are selling. Cool. Well, that's it for this week. Go and tell everyone that you're selling or that you are taking new clients. And thank you so much for joining me on this episode. I hope it was helpful and I can't wait to share more marketing tips with you next week. If you are ready to take your business to the next level with Facebook and Instagram advertising, make sure you visit newschoolofmarketing.com to download practical free resources, plus subscribe to the podcast and never miss an episode. I can't wait to go on this journey with you. Until next time, take care. Market your business every day.